What's up, y'all? It's Soleil from Soul Rise Essentials, and I have a special guest with me today. This is my twin sister, y'all. This is episode 19 of Soul Seek Conversations. You want to say hey?
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
What's your name, girl?
My
Oh,
my name my name is Tajiel. I also go by Taj as well. But yes, I'm her twin sister.
so you'll hear two names. You'll hear Taj. You will hear Tajay. Tajay is her government name, but she goes by Taj. So if you hear both, that's just what it is. Okay. So, let me get into some like housekeeping stuff real quick, and we're gonna get into the episode. So, Soul Seek Conversations is a wellness podcast that we here at Soul Rise Essentials do. I'm the owner. This is my sister. I think I said that already. But Soul Rise Essentials is right above. We're actually live on two different devices today. So we got our TikTok fam. They've been hanging out with us and seeing all the behind the scenes crazy bloopers. So follow us on TikTok if you're not already doing that. So we exist to child, let me tell you what Soul Seek Conversations does. We are a mental wellness podcast that exists to share stories of resilience, build global community, and for you to discover new ways to thrive via the voices, the brave voices of others. What's up, Kristen girl? Thanks for joining us.
Oh,
So
Kristen.
she was excited. She commented, "Can y'all hear us? What's up, Azure? Because we got some new mics. Y'all like my mic? Y'all like it? Let us know if it worked because I did not even check to see if it worked. Well, we checked early on another platform, but can y'all hear us? I think so. Hey, Beth, what's up? So at Soul Rise Essentials, we offer wellness and affirmation apparel for the entire family. So that's for you, your mama, your brother, your sister, and your cousins too,
For
and
everybody.
your kids.
Everybody.
Grandparents, everybody. So the mission of what we do is we are simply spreading the message of mental wellness, how important it is to care for your mental health at any age. And it should start when you're an itty bitty little baby. So that's why we make merch for our children as well. And what we do, our merch empowers you to thrive. We make things for people that have been through some things, that are on the up and up. They're focused on their wellness and their healing. And you are seeking a community to do that with, aka the Soul Tribe. Let me see your Soul Tribe necklace, girl.
Oh, wait, where's that? Okay.
There you go. Let me see. There you go. Show them your necklace, girl. Lean in. Yeah. Yeah. Girl, this way, girl. Dang. She not used to get on the camera.
I don't do social media.
She not used to be on the camera.
I don't do social media.
What color you got? She got on her gold. So I am actually wearing the same color, but mine is a mini Soul Tribe affirmation necklace. So this is actually for children and for adults. So if you want to wear it as an adult, it's gonna give like choker vibes. But this is the original, and I sell so many of these. So we have necklaces, t-shirts, jewelry, stickers, pins, hats, hoodies, all the things. Okay, y'all. What's up, Mardi Gras, mama? Hey, girl. So yes, all the things. Y'all, go ahead and share this video or tag some friends and let them know that we are here. I'm actually going to go in just a second and share this as well because we're going to have some fun today, y'all. We just turned how old, girl?
32. Ooh. When my knees feel it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She always had better mega knees than I did.
Don't put my business on there.
But after I had my son, I could dance a little bit.
The knees activate. The knees just activate.
They activated, but then they was old and they was activated. That's my son.
The journey starts early. He is using his words to advocate for himself, and he's asking for a hug.
Come on, son, get your hug and then go back in there because we are working. I keep trying to tell you that. Don't bump nothing down there.
It's okay.
Anything else?
This is our life.
Anything else, son? Go ahead. Go sit down. I ain't playing. That's the last time. I'm for real this time. Mommy mode. I'm not playing.
Thank you, bud.
All right. Kristen said 32. Where? Hello?
Girl, oh, over here. I'm moving slower.
Yeah. It's definitely different. But it's like I feel more settled into myself. I cannot wait. I'm not rushing it, but I can't wait until I hit 40 because like the IDGAF be kicking in real strong. And I can't wait.
Though. That is fact. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love my 30s. Like, this has been the best, like, feeling ever. Like, being in 30s, like you said, you just don't, just like, okay, oh, well.
It doesn't matter. And then you have more business to tend to, your own. And then you stay out of other folks' business. You drinking water, you're minding your business. You're not wearing your stress, because you're working on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm excited, y'all. Again, we just turned 32, so I wanted to switch it up. Typically, I have guests come on and they share their resilient story, but this month we will be sharing our resilient story. I wanted to share my resilient story, but I couldn't do it without my sister. It's our birthday month, and one of my best friends, Amira, shout out to Amira. This was actually her idea. She was like, "Why don't you get your sister to interview you?" I'm like, I didn't think about that because Tajay hates the camera. She does not like the camera. So y'all thank her for agreeing to do this because this was definitely out of her comfort zone. Thank you, Beth.
Definitely.
She said super proud of you too.
Thank
Hey,
you, Beth.
Markeisha. Hey, Lala Sugar. Nature Rose. I hope I said that right. Hey, Miss Sheila. Thank y'all for joining us. We are so super excited. Let me go ahead and share with a couple of people. Give me 1 second, y'all. I think Ma is already in here. To Liz, Teresa. Y'all come on in there, bro. I'm going to share it in my group. Let's see who else. Hold on 1 second, friends. I'm gonna share it with Malik. He was just on here for the last soul seat. Share with her. Share with her. Her and her.
Her and her and her and her.
Let's see. I didn't know it was gonna give me this many options. Okay, I think that's enough people. What you think?
That's all here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, just shared it. Okay, guys. So thank you, Beth. She said this is so dope. I'm excited, y'all. So this month, I'm like, let's just share our stories. I want to share my story as a CEO, of course, but also as a person. You know, I share other people's stories, but it's like, why do I do that? Why did I create a business centered around affirmations and mental wellness? So we're gonna get into all of that. And my sister is going to share her story. What's up, Kate lady? Thank you. Where do we begin, girl? Let me tell the people where they can shop at real quick.
Tell
So
people they shop.
as we talked about, y'all know what kind of merch we have. You can find it at soulriseessentials.com right above. Show them your merch, girl. Show it off, girl.
I gotta get used to going this.
I know, because the screen is flipped. Her hat is available on the website. That's our Sunrise Pack Light hat. Her necklace, my necklace, I have a loved necklace. I have a stack on today. Our necklaces, jewelry, t-shirts, hats, hoodies. We have some sale items on the website. We have 2 new t-shirts for your toddlers and your youth children, also available for pre-order. They'll be shipped out next week. So just kind of getting all the housekeeping things out of the way, y'all. Where you want to start, girl? Oh, if you shop, you can use her code TAJ10, TAJ10. I ain't got no note. I said it just gonna be organic.
Okay, what's that?
Also, if you have a story that you would like to share, if you want to share your resilient story, we would just kind of do a quick little chat to make sure it suits the needs of our podcast and where we want to go. So you would email us at mystory@soulriseessentials.com. I would love to hear your story and make sure it's a good fit. We are going to be sharing some fun, lighthearted, enlightening, and also maybe to some people some triggering things. So I always like to start my podcast and let people know that if you hear something that just kind of don't sit right with you, or if it triggers your anxiety or some memories, just click off. We are not professionals. We are just sharing our lived experiences as humans. So we just want to throw that out there.
But yeah.
Do you hear?
Yep.
That's my son, y'all. He got a lot going on today. Got a lot going on. So Taj, what do you do?
What do I do? Well, currently I'm in customer service, so a complete shift from where I started. Um, I I used to be a social worker. I used to work for the city. Worked in multiple roles as a case manager, helping the vulnerable and the at risk.
Excuse me, I can't do it, y'all. Hold on. We had to go into mommy and auntie mode real quick. What's up? A graceful flow. We all over the place today, but it's okay. We are very organic, authentic over here. That's what Beth just said. It's an organic, safe space. That's what we doing.
Organic safe space, and it's really actually really dope that you created this platform. That was gonna be one of my questions. Basically, like, how do you feel knowing that you creating this kind of platform for people, especially like that look like us? Because I know for me personally, when I was younger, And when I was going through a lot of life things and just wanted some kind of support and just kind of wanted to have a safe space, I would have loved to have like a platform like this on my timeline. This would have been.
But would you have actually done it, or you just
Um,
would have been watching?
that's a great question. In the mindset that I was in, then I probably would have just been a bystander watching.
Yeah.
Um, but either way, it's just like the journey got to start some kind of way. And I definitely would have just still like really benefited off of it a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Thanks,
this is pretty cool.
Taj. That means a lot to me.
It
That
is.
means a lot.
And more black women operating in their most authentic space, encouraging more black women to do the same thing. Like we need that.
We
Like,
do.
we're always being told that we're too much, and it's like, go be too much. Who cares?
Hello, be too much. Take up space. Do not be subtle. A lot of us were
Exactly.
not made to be subtle.
That's
I
it.
love what I love. So we're gonna talk about you. Were you finished telling them what you did?
Oh, I can go back to that, but you can go do that first.
No, finish yours and then I'll go to where I'm going.
Thank you, but um,
Samad, son, please stay where I asked you to stay at. Thank you very much.
he's just at home. He at home and he just CTC and he thinks we in our normal space. It's okay.
And he do, but we had a conversation with him, did we not?
We did. We both did. But Smart loves that. That's all.
And
it
we
is.
love him too. Is it my mama?
But yeah, so as I was saying earlier, like I was a case manager for about 7 years. I worked in mental health the entire time. Working with children, kids that were at risk, had emotional disturbing behavior issues. I managed a whole group home at one point. That was a lot. Work with the homeless for a good period of time as well. So I definitely have some stories of, you know, my perspective and how my jobs shifted my mental and kind of also shifted me out of the field.
Yeah.
Just knowing when it's time to kind of step away is definitely important. And I do feel like I overstayed, but I'm glad I did kind of listen to myself and kind of and value myself enough to kind of like say, okay, I got to shift. So I'm no longer in social work, but social work is always in me.
That's a good way to put that. I like that.
But yeah, I'm currently in customer service right now, and just trying to take care of my mental. And like she said, just taking my own space and creating that space for me right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm a creator right now. I'm creating my space for me, what I want it to look like, and my current job allows me to do that. So, and have to spend time with my daughter.
Yep. And so she has a daughter, a 7-year-old.
Yes, I do.
And the little one that you guys have seen, so beautiful. I have a 3-year-old. So
You have a 4-year-old.
Oh, I do have a 4-year-old. So our birthday was April 19th, and her nephew, my son, his birthday was 2 days before. I'm gonna tell y'all something so special. So it's a lot of April birthdays in our family.
Yes.
So our late maternal grandmother was April 19th, same birthday as us. We were born on her birthday. Her brother's birthday is April 18th, and our cousin's birthday is April 20th. It was like that for
And
a
then
long
we have
time.
Bianca's 2 daughters, Kimani and Kimiana.
Kimana's in March. Kimiana is April 15th. We got a cousin, April 15th. And then also my son was born on our paternal dad's mom's birthday.
Yeah. And our dad's birthday is April 30th.
And our dad's birthday is April 30th. But my son, his due date was actually April 19th.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means, but I just think it's dope. I was not happy to find out that I was pregnant, but when I found out my due date, I was like, run that back. My doctor told me my due date. She said April 19th. It blew my mind. I was like, to me, that felt like a sign from my grandma and from God that like I was gonna be okay. Cause this journey is not, it's a lot. But we do a lot of things separately and together because we are very individualistic, even though we're twins. But in terms of how we parent, very, very similar. It's very, we have our own styles of doing it, but our intention is the same, which is a lot of intentionality, consciousness, and giving ourselves, gentleness. By nature, my sister is way more gentle than I am. But I was telling somebody yesterday, I was like, you told me one time that my son has made me more nice and loving and like soft. That was the word you said, soft. So parenting together has been interesting. My sister was a mom first, which I'm sure shocked a lot of people. And we're gonna talk a lot about our differences and our similarities because I know a lot of twins actually. I know a couple sets of twins and all of them are very different. I know some twins that are not very close. I know some twins that are super close. They dress the same, act the same friends, all of that. But I feel like for us, it's different because everything's different about us, but we kind of fit like a puzzle piece. And so we're gonna talk about that and just kind of give y'all some insight into our personal lives and our business lives. So if you have any questions, y'all know Soul Seat Conversations is very, very interactive. So I'm gonna read some comments on that note. A Graceful Flow said, y'all are so cute. LOL, compliment each other so well. Thank you. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Ankina. She said, good morning, my beautiful nieces. Hey, good
Hey,
afternoon.
Ankita.
Kristen said, I love that you both embrace your individuality as twins.
Thanks,
Yes.
Kristen.
That is so important. So, while we on this topic about individuality, how would you describe yourself as a twin? Or no, as a person?
How would I describe myself as a
Yeah.
person? I would definitely say, I do consider myself to be like a gentle spirit. I do like to call myself a spirit a lot because I just feel like I operate more with my spirit than the physical sometimes. So I would say I'm a gentle spirit. I just like life and I like experiences. I like creating experiences. You know that I love creating memories. So I like to do spontaneous things sometimes. Like to get up and go, and I like to be a light to people. Um I like having conversations about healing. I just like that's what I do all day. Like I can talk about things like that all the time. Um, but I like to be just a light in people's spaces and just I don't know. That's so I always get tripped up on that kind of question.
I know that's why I asked you and put you on the spot
I
because I know.
know, I
But
know.
I think it's important for anybody, like even if you just rehearse it on your own, job interview, or if you meet a new person, they
Mhm.
ask you, who are you? What do you like to do? I feel like everybody should be able to answer that question. And
Right.
even if you can't answer that question, it's okay. It just means that you need to dive a little bit deeper
Deeper.
and figure out who you are and how to articulate that to other people. You do a good job of just being yourself.
I
You
was ready
you
to say I
don't
think I'm good at being it
Yeah,
than
you're good
actually
at being
verbalizing
it.
it.
Yeah. I'm definitely the more vocal twin. Y'all already know. So I'm very like expressive. Both of us are. But I'm very expressive with my words. So like I'm good at being, but I'm also good at like articulating who I am. I could tell people what.
I think Ankini said my mic is a
Oh,
bit low.
let me see.
Is it
Can
on?
y'all hear Tajay? Yeah, it's on. It's on. Let me read
I'll
some.
speak up, Ankini. It's probably because I'm, you know me.
Yeah, she gotta speak it up.
I'm stepping out of my comfort zone today, y'all. Like this
Mhm.
is new for me. I don't. Even, I'm keep going to the wrong side and things. She keeps telling me I'm going the wrong
Because it's
way. Like
flipped. It's okay. We gonna get it together. Beth said the fact that your generation can openly talk about mental illness and create a safe space for brown people. My generation was taught what happens at home stays there
that's
and
true.
not talked about. And we were actually
We were
taught
taught
that
that
too.
too. Yeah, we
My
were actually
generation,
taught it. Yeah,
our generation, the ones that hit right before, we didn't grow up with technology. Our childhood was still like, the internet was around, but we didn't start using it for real until after we graduated high school.
yeah. For
A
the most
little,
part, I
like
think
around high school.
yeah, because I think I didn't get a phone till like I was
Like it's
right ready to graduate high school. I
Yeah,
think.
like 17, 18.
Yeah.
So we slid at home base right before stuff got crazy. Like our generation, we were taught some of the same things y'all were taught, but like we're the ones that kind of see the world in a different way because technology evolved. Like when we were growing up and we became adults and stuff like that. And then with the internet came a bunch of information, so we
Mm-hmm.
started learning different things and seeing the world for what it was, but also how it could be. So I call our generation the cleanup generation. We reaching back and we taking what was good, and then we also reaching forward and we kind of shifting our narratives and our lives in a way that makes sense for us. So the
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing about that is that our parents, people, you guys in your age range can see that and be inspired by that and want to be a part of it, a part of it or not. So I feel like that's what our generation is good at. Thank you for
Right.
sharing that,
Yeah, I was
Beth.
gonna say thanks for sharing that because that was a great point.
And hey, Mama Janie. Hey, Teresa.
Teresa.
What's up, Derek? She said, where's your mic? You are low, Taja. Okay, can y'all hear Taja a little bit
Yeah.
better?
Yeah. I'm gonna speak up a little bit louder. Can you hear me?
Beth said, thank you for creating this space. It has helped me tremendously because life is life and every day. Aw,
Period.
thank you. And life do be life. And that's what I talk about a lot on this podcast. Like, the world gonna happen, life gonna happen,
It's
the
gonna
ebbs and
happen.
flows are gonna come. But creating community, the soul tribe, like you said earlier, is helping
It
people.
is.
So
You never know who's watching. That's what I'm saying. Like I probably would have been that bystander just looking, but it's like I would came out eventually. Like she brought me out today. You
it
know.
happened. I can't believe she said yes. I'm just excited about
Yeah.
it.
I knew it was gonna have to happen at some point.
Teresa said, we are proud of you for stepping out. What's up,
Thank you,
Garvey?
Teresa.
Hey, AP Styles. What's up, Queen? Shameless Beauty. Hey, Boo. Is that JoJo? Hey, Boo. Beth said, your generation is bridging the gap, which is awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
Ankina said, I hear you, my love. Thank you, Auntie. Hey, Anita Baker, nephew. Is that Corey?
Anita Baker nephew.
Hey.
That's her name.
So, yes,
Hey, nephew.
guys. So do you think you finished explaining like who you are as a person?
Um, for the most part, I would say yeah.
I think you did a good
I'm
job.
a quiet nature person though. I like to observe. I'm very very big on observing, so I am quiet. But I like like you guys say, we are kind of different, but we're also the same. I can be loud and outgoing as well. It's just like I gotta feel the vibe. I'm a vibe person.
Yeah. So, excuse me, my sister, she read our natal chart and stuff like that. So we found out that our sun is Aries, which everybody knows,
Yeah.
lots of fire, passion, all those things. And then our moon is in Cancer,
Cancer.
and then our rising is in Virgo.
Virgo.
Virgos are very observant as well,
Very.
so I think that's where that comes from. I'm very observant. Like I can be in the mix and be in the room and still be observant. I'm very good at that. Like I feel like I'm aware of my surroundings a lot. So that's a similarity we have, but you're more of a quiet observer.
Yeah.
And I'm like still mixing, but I can still see what's going
She's
on.
good at multitasking. No, I'm not. Because I'll be quick, don't one thing at a time.
Yeah.
She's good at multi. I'm not.
Yeah.
So she can read the room and talk to people, but I can't. It's like I'd rather just read the room.
Yeah. But and this is something that I'm realizing, my what they call it, hypervigilance, like being able to be mixy and still be looking around, that's because I feel like my trauma.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, being able to be a hypervigilance is not always a good thing. It's not always bad, but you got to find some
Find a
balance
balance.
in
Yeah.
between it. So
True. True that. True.
I'll describe myself as a person. I think a lot of y'all probably know, child, but very loud, very expressive. But I got a real chill side to me too.
You
Like
do. She does.
very chill. My sister know every part of me, honey, the good, the bad, the ugly. Literally, we have been in this thing since inside the womb. We was in two different sacks
Period.
as fraternal twins. We was in the same womb. Okay, know me like
Everything.
the back of her hand. Very passionate, ambitious, outgoing, all those different things, which would explain why I chose to start a business. I've always been entrepreneurial minded
Mm-hmm.
and had different businesses. I wasn't really conducting business, but I was conducting business, but I wasn't a business woman, if that makes sense. Like the stuff that I know now about business, I wasn't abreast to at first, but now I'm like really getting that business knowledge and becoming business savvy, things like that. So I mean that's who I am. Like she's
Go get her.
go get her, hello.
Go get her.
I feel like I saw my sister's outgoing side come out after she graduated college. So that's another
Definitely.
difference between us. She went to college. I went to a vocational school for dental assisting, and she had a plan. Like my sister was going to school, getting her good grades, being focused, the favorite of some of her teachers. Complete opposite. Who was I? A hot mess.
We was the night and day twins, basically.
Some people did not even know we was sisters.
They were like literally like that. They were really asking like that's your twin. Like you're. I'm like yes, that's my twin sister. Like what happened today? Like just what happened?
It was terrible, y'all. Like people wouldn't like how it's siblings that go to your school and you like this sibling, know that sibling, but you never knew they was related.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, y'all do got the same last name. Y'all do look alike. That's how it was for us because we were completely different. I was
Yeah.
always known for getting in trouble. She was kind of like in the background, just doing the school thing like everybody else was doing. But then people be like, how y'all sisters and how y'all twins and why do y'all act so different? And
Like
this is
literally all the time.
literally. There are people to this day like that is still shocked that we're twins. Like every year I say on my birthday, happy birthday to my twin, or we'll share things about her, just throughout the year on social media or whatever, and it just don't be clicking to me.
I think they really think she be joking sometimes. And like when they see us in public, you're like, that's my twin. I'm like, oh, like yeah, I exist. I exist.
I think part of that too though is that we do different things. We have
Yeah.
different friends.
Yeah.
I'm into like a lot of events and uh, how would you explain the things I'm into? I've been into
Like you said,
fashion,
mixy things. Yeah.
yeah, social things,
Yeah, social things. I'm more chill.
and
I will go by the water, get a picnic. I'm down for that. And if it's a good night on the weekend, you might find me outside somewhere. I don't know. It depends on the vibe on me.
And okay, going back to what I was saying, her expressive side came out after she graduated college. We were talking about
Mm-hmm.
our school differences. When she came back home, or when she would come home, like on her breaks and stuff, that's when I saw her personality start to kind of shine through a little bit. Because truth be told, my sister kind of was in my shadow a lot because people always remember me because I was loud and always had something to say and noticeable, I guess. But sis came out that shell, I think her college experience really helped her do that. What you
It
think?
did. It definitely did. I would definitely say that is probably where I found like my personality and my identity, honestly. By me having space between y'all. like me going off. I remember getting ready to go to college, and I wasn't scared. I don't know why. It's weird. I wasn't scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I knew I was gonna miss y'all, but I was like, I think I need this, and I intentionally chose a school that wasn't too far, so
Yeah, your school was what,
2 hours.
like 2 hours away in the
Yeah,
mountains.
in the mountains.
Let's read some comments. I'm a vibe person. Oh, Selena been wanting. Remember, I told you somebody wanted us to do a twin tag on
Oh,
YouTube.
that's her.
That is Selena. She supports Soul Rise and me all day
Thank you,
long.
Selena.
And
Well,
Selena,
now we got to get it done.
yep, we get it done right. Kind of, we getting a head start. She says I'm a bad person as well. I'm a quiet observer. I have to read the room first before I open up. If I open up,
That's it.
relatable. What's up, Dana? Dana is also a twin, and
Hello,
she was
twin.
on Soul Sea Conversations. Y'all go back
Oh,
and watch her episode. Thank you, Auntie. She said, "I rise inspire." Appreciate it. Hey, Malika, thanks for joining us. Sis, we still got to get you on the Soul Seat. What's up, J Soul? Hey, Lex. So
Lex.
yeah, those were our differences growing up. I got into a lot of trouble. I used to get my ASSBEAT. How many times did that happen to you? You could probably count on my hand.
I probably can't count on one hand, to be honest.
Count on my
I
hand.
think even between like the whole family, because like everybody got it back in the day. I probably like got beat maybe twice,
Tajay was always
and
up.
it was probably because I was in the room and everybody got in trouble.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of those.
Yeah.
Nobody speak up, everybody in trouble.
Yeah. That's the only time you got in trouble is when nobody spoke up and we all got in trouble together.
Basically.
So we are actually from Augusta, Georgia. Those are our roots. That's where we're from, and we moved to Richmond, Virginia when we were 8.
Mm-hmm. 8.
We are 32 now.
Dang.
That's crazy.
That is.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
When you think about that kind of timeline, wow.
Yeah, so we've been here for a while, and we've always lived together. We moved out when we were 24. We moved out late. We didn't move out till you came back home from college.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. I would, stay with people and stuff like that, but I actually got kicked out at 17, and you hadn't gone to college yet. That was the start of a lot of my trauma, to be honest with you. Yeah, 17 was crazy. So my sister had shared earlier that she went to that you were a social worker.
Yeah.
Why did you get into social work?
Tell
the people.
I don't mind telling the people. It's weird that you ask that because there's some people asking that it always comes back to my sister, literally every time. Just I grew up in the background, and so which means I saw a lot. I got to see a lot from both ends, and I just remember like a lot of miscommunication between my mom and my sister, and it was quite traumatic, and it was like a lot. It was very disheartening to kind of see like the to see the aggression and the conflict between them, and it was just like, yo, like how can I be more of a resolution for them? Like how can I help more? And I think that's what made me want to take on a helping professional role when I went to school, because I was like, I want to find a way I can be like the middle person for people finding solutions. So,
and it's crazy because now she be like, I ain't gonna do with that.
I do.
It's so funny. Like her evolution it's been beautiful to watch, to be honest. We've had a lot of like healing moments because as I've expressed earlier, my mouth was I use my mouth for good now, is what I try to do 98% of the time. But as I was, when I was younger, I was very verbally abusive because I got it, so I had to put it on somebody else. So while I feel like me and my sister have always been close, even though we were different. But she took a lot of, I'm gonna just say it, abuse from my mouth. So there was a lot of things that I had to like confront myself with when I finally started my healing and wellness journey, which was around the age of like 19. And certain conversations we still have it to this day, but I feel like us being accountable, and this is what the Soul Tribe is all about, us being accountable for our actions when we are conscious about things is really important, because we're going to go through life when we're younger and just, act out life and act out patterns and things like that. But you have to get on this journey so that you're more conscious and aware about how you've affected other people. Right. And like she was saying earlier, she witnessed a lot in the household between me and my mom, and it affected her, even though she wasn't directly going through it. Like it was kind of secondhand trauma. So she was affected by it in her own way. And we had to have some tough conversations, and I had to own up to some things. And we have moved forward where we always have. My sister's very forgiving, which is what somebody like me needs, because I used to F up a lot, and I still do sometimes, not as much. But it's just a unique journey that we have because, like we have said so many times before, we are just completely different. So there's some things that have happened to our family that affected me one way, and on the other hand, she like, I don't even care about that. And that speaks to how people are just different
Mm-hmm.
people, even if you are
Our twin.
twins.
Yep.
Like there's a situation that could happen right now, and it may affect her a certain way and me a different way. Like we're still individuals. So because of the secondhand trauma that she experienced, like she still wanted to help. She wanted to go out into the world and, like she said, be a mediator between me and my mom at that time. And then she was for a certain point, but like there were some things that she realized, being away from home that I'm gonna fast forward a little bit too. Being away from home and having your daughter, I think, were two pivotal moments for your growth.
Definitely.
Because I would
Definitely.
say she found her individuality in college, but she found her voice after she had her daughter.
Definitely. I would definitely say, yeah. I
Yeah.
did. I did.
And so now Tade does a really good job of protecting her peace. Okay, she's not gonna let nobody come in between that.
Absolutely not. And that's just, I tell people all the time, I don't care who you want to be.
She don't care. Mama, sister, daughter,
I do not.
nephew,
And I highly recommend it.
baby daddy, none of these people.
And I
Baby
highly
mama.
recommend
She not playing with y'all.
it. Highly recommend it.
So speak to that, Tajay. Speak to your personal healing and wellness journey.
Okay. So I would say I guess I would say it probably did start in college, but I didn't, because I realized a lot of my perspective on life shifted a lot when I went to college. Um, I was more quiet observer before I went to school, but when I came back, like she said, I found my voice. So I was speaking up more, and when I realized when people were trying to, I guess when I was people pleasing a lot, or when I was overextending myself
Come
more, I
on,
was
girl.
speaking up. I was speaking up more. So I think that's when I started realizing like I have to make certain changes if I want to be a better version of myself, and if I don't want to keep wearing myself out. I used to wear myself out a lot because I was a very big people pleaser, um, and that and it even goes as far as me going to college. Initially, when I got there my freshman year, I remember calling my mom crying because I was like, I don't think this is for me. Like, and that was in that moment I realized I went to school for somebody else, not for me. I
Mm.
still finished it because I was there, and I accomplished so much to get there, so I finished. But I had to build a big support system there in order to make it through. If I did not do that, I probably wouldn't have made it through.
You was
Um,
the first person to graduate college in our
I was,
family.
and that was another pivotal moment to why I stuck it through, because it was something major for my family. So I think that that probably woke me up, my spirit up, because when I realized I'm making very big decisions based off other people, not for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that shifted my mindset and my perspective a lot. And so once I graduated college, that's when I really started working more on myself. Um, and then once I got in the mental health field, that also opened up a lot for me. Um, Knowing what I can handle, what I can't handle is what I learned. Learning how to create a safe space for me to breathe and how to cope. I had to find like a lot of different coping skills because I worked in a very aggressive field. So I used to have to figure out ways to separate work, so basically create boundaries, separate work, not bring work home, and then how can I take care of myself once I got home from being in an aggressive environment all day. I had to do that a lot. So that came with me um, basically asking myself what do I want and what do I want my life to look like, and then also asking myself how I how I can be a better version of myself to me. Um, so I really cut back on being a yes person to people because I realized I was overextending myself and I was putting myself in a lot of positions that I really didn't want to be in, but I did it because I wanted, I guess, validation from people and I wanted people to accept me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that comes from a very traumatic past as well. Like me, I was the youngest grandchild at the time before the other kids came around, so I was always staying to myself, and I was always under my grandmother. So my cousins and my sister were always together, so I always felt left out. I was the one that was always feeling left out. I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel seen. I felt so small, and that contributed to a lot of my childhood trauma, which also contributed to me not having a voice until
Mm-hmm.
I got older. I connected all those dots. So once I started connecting those dots, my healing journey, it just kind of empowered me a lot. It opened up my spirit, it opened my soul, and it helped me see myself and me, and also helped me work on my self love journey. So I started loving myself more. I started telling myself more kind things, shifting my mindset, my perspective. And all those are part of my wellness journey. How I talk to myself, how I look at myself. Even if I don't want to go to work, I tell myself, you know, something kind and something and give myself gratitude. I'm grateful I have a
Mm-hmm.
place to go to make money today. That gets me going. So my wellness journey now specifically is all about being intentional and just loving on myself. And a big part of that is being accountable with my decisions and knowing that whatever decision I make, I have to be accountable for the results or whatever, and also just making sure I'm being kind to myself in whatever I do,
Mm-hmm.
and even for my thoughts, for my interactions, and just being pure, intentional about everything and moving in love.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I. That's my wellness journey. It's so
Mm-hmm.
simple. I don't complicate it. I do not complicate it at all. Stop.
Oh, for real, I was fighting back tears, girl. No, because your evolution has been beautiful. Like it's been beautiful, son. What do you need? Okay, hug, and then you gonna go back where? Are we playing with the baby shark toy? Why? Thank you. Love you. See you in a little bit. He want to be on
You
camera
want
so
to? You want
bad.
to see?
I forgot to brush my baby hair. We in the house. It's Saturday.
All right, go ahead, bud. We'll
That
see
was
you in a few.
beautiful. As you said, we all perceive things differently. She said, "That's right, Taj." When we were talking about protecting your peace. So Linda said, "Protect your peace at all times." What's up, colleague? What's up, Barrington? Markeisha said, "Gratitude is huge." As you said, I'm fighting back tears too. It's so relatable. Yes, Beth said, "Self love and self grace is such a healing space to be in." It's beautiful, man. Like when I think about my sister's journey, like I kind of at first like to see what she had now. I don't feel the way I'm about to explain how I felt before, but like before, I just felt sad because I like you had a sad aura for a long time, and I'm like, what's like what's wrong? But I was so wrapped up into myself, my own journey and just pursuing my own life and how I wanted to be. Somebody get your
Okay.
nephew
He okay? Let him be.
because he gonna hit something, and then the better be this camera. Take it in there and do that. Thank you. Um, yeah, I used to feel sad. But that didn't stop me from being who who I was. But I had to accept that she had to go through her own journey and that we all have our own path. And like I said, to see where she's at now, very unapologetic, very just like seated in who she is. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And she has her own way of viewing things and doing things and she's so gentle and like to watch her raise my niece. My niece is the most, I call her a little sunflower. Like she is just so beautiful and so pure. She's everything good about my sister. But even my niece is herself. Like she gonna speak her mind, but in a loving and gentle way. And like the way my sister parents her is just, it's everything I think you probably would have wanted to receive as a kid. It is beautiful.
Literally.
It is beautiful. We both fighting back tears, girl. I ain't got no tissue in here. No tissue. But let me drink. Let's take a mindful breath. We did not.
We did
I was
not.
so nervous and like all over the place when we first started. We didn't. Let's take a mindful breath.
Breathe from a diaphragm. I received my beautiful release today.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Like I don't feel sad or anything about her journey anymore because it's just beautiful. And like I said, everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own way, and people have to. It's this song by Moonchild called "I'll Be There," and I just found out about it yesterday. It is a beautiful song, and if y'all go listen to the lyrics, it kind of reminds me of what we're talking about now concerning her journey. The lyrics are something along the lines of like you gotta knock for yourself, you gotta seek for yourself. Nobody can heal you but you. Like you have to do your own work essentially, and it's just like I'm gonna be there. Like that's the name of the song. I'll be there. You got to go through what you're going to go through. You got to figure it out on your own. Can't nobody heal for you. You have to do it
Exactly.
yourself.
Exactly.
But I'll be here.
Right.
We've always been like that. I got goosebumps.
You have always been like that.
Yeah, we always been like that. Like there was a period of time when she went off to college where I felt like kind of disconnected from her a little bit. And I think we had talked about this. I just feel disconnected from you. But she had to go through her own thing. And I was going through my own stuff. But nothing is ever going to separate us and our love and our bond, like nothing, nothing. And if you think about it, you go through that same thing in your own relationships, your other relationships. There are times where with your partner, you feel closer with your partner. Um, in some periods, and then so for some reason y'all just kind of drift apart a little bit. But that didn't happen for long, but it did happen. I remember sharing that with you. I can't remember what the result was of the conversation, but either way, we here now. We back where we at. But
Right.
my sister is the person that I go to for everything. Literally, we live 7 minutes away from each other. How that happened is only by the grace of God as
No,
well.
seriously.
I am like a second mom to her daughter. She's like a second mom to my nephew.
Hmm.
So not only are they cousins, they're like brother and sister, just super close. That's something that we didn't have, because we were moved from our roots from Georgia to Virginia and started all over. We have great friends. We have great,
Yeah.
even on this podcast, Azure and Sakina, like that's our family. And
Yeah.
Beth, y'all are our family, but not our blood. But we've done a great job, and my mom too, and my granddad, of creating family and friends that really love on us that we've known for decades.
For decades, seriously.
Um, she got her people, her personal soul tribe. I got my personal soul tribe. When our birthdays come up, we pull them together. Like I said, we're very different. We have different friends, different music tastes, different clothing, different aesthetics, how we look. Everything's different. She gonna be her, I'm gonna be me, but we fit together just like this, and nothing can separate that. And I just think that is so beautiful. And I made a post on my on our birthday on my page, and I was like, I don't understand how people still don't know that we're twins. I be saying that. I said, but I kind of like that because one thing about it, she gonna roll. Like my sister is not. She's a fighter in her own way. I was physically a fighter when I was younger, but like I feel like she's a warrior in spirit, and she gonna roll for her sister. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's on period.
And I'm gonna roll for her. I've been doing it. I don't play about it. So
Oh.
it's another twin on here. Big twin going on, girl. We got three sets of twins in here. Evelyn and
Oh.
Ellen. Teresa said, I love you guys. Thanks for the
Love you,
love,
Teresa.
Markeisha. Kristen said, this is beautiful. Thank
Oh, thanks,
you.
Kristen.
Beth said, you both have evolved in a major way. Thank you.
Definitely. Thanks, definitely.
Um, Angela said, only God can give you the strength to surrender. That's facts. That's facts. Is there anything we want to share about our past?
Ooh. I don't
Well, I was just talking about like us being there for each other and literally anything. Well, this is one thing I do want to talk about. So you shared that you had went into the mental health space essentially because of what was going on in our household. Me and my mom feuded a lot. And just misunderstandings, not understanding each other, resources being limited, she being tired, I'm being a teenager,
know.
folks not having the necessary skill and understanding about what's happening in a teenager's mind, being tired, overworked, underpaid, all of that stuff. As an adult, I can see it like that now, and as a parent, I can see it like that now. But she witnessed all of that, so my sister knows my strengths, my weaknesses, what triggers me. We know when we get on each other's nerves. We know when we
Hmm.
triggering each other. And we do a great job at backing the hell off. Like, when we was younger, we feuded,
We did, yeah.
a little bit. I mean, it was normal. I feel like it was normal, like teenager
Teenager
stuff
stuff. It
and girl
was.
stuff.
It was.
But like now as adults, I feel like we have a mutual respect for each other to where we just not gonna go to certain points. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like we don't let it get to that point. But conflict is natural in any type of relationship you have. It's just how you resolve it. We gonna apologize. We gonna move on and not harbor and just keep trying to be better people individually.
And we do, yeah, we apologize to each other, and we definitely we hold ourselves accountable.
Hmm
We do.
We definitely do. And like if there's situations involving other people with one of us, like we gonna talk it out. Was I tripping? Was I tripping? No, you was not. Yes, you was. Who I need to pull up on because what did y'all talk about? We are a voice of reason for each other, and if we right, we right, we wrong, we wrong,
We do not hold
and
back at all. We do not.
it's a beautiful thing. I feel like everybody should have that accountability partner in their lives, and thank God I was blessed with that from birth. That is a special gift that I'm so grateful to God for because it's nothing like having a twin sister, like twin. It's nothing like having a twin, like nothing. Sorry guys, if you're not a twin. um, but no, that's a beautiful thing. I think we can move on now because I think we said the first part was going to be about like us, our similarities, our differences, how we grew up. You talked a little bit about your wellness journey and your self love journey. for me,
See,
because I don't think
I
we
was
talk
gonna
about
say,
that.
yeah. So do you want to share like your wellness journey?
Sure. Child, Lord have mercy. I was just a little feisty, just attitude ridden, misunderstood child. Like, I don't know why God put the things in my spirit that I was born with, but they were just always there. From the moment y'all saw on the flyer, it says "So for real." My aunt used to call me that,
Mm-hmm.
and she's called Tajiel TJ. But they used to call me "So for real" because I always just said, I don't even remember half of the stuff I said and did. To be honest, it
She
just was.
she kept it real from a very early age.
I said it what everybody was thinking,
So it was
but
always inquisitive too. She used to question a lot.
you dizzy because you was in that chair.
So we just need to have a seat then.
Somehow you just hit the camera, but let's go on back inside. If you dizzy, let's stop. Let's stop going in a chair like that. Go get
Come
some
here.
water. Go lay down.
Go
Nap
check on
time.
Papa. Go chill with Papa.
Yeah, go hang out with Papa. Jesus. I think did he mess up? Anyway, I said what everybody was thinking, but since I was a child and in the '90s, children were supposed to be seen and not heard.
As they told us.
I got pop 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 a whole lot, and that's why.
That's why I never got my tail because I learned. I said watch that. I was like, girl, I'm gonna have to me, so I'm going to go ahead and sit down.
Yeah, Tajay learned a lot by my example, child. Terrible, terrible, terrible,
But
terrible.
never
What not
happened to
to do?
me.
Don't do what she do. But yeah, just had a mouth, but
Baby,
now I do a podcast.
put it
Now
to
I'm
good
a
use.
public speaker,
Putting
like
it to good use.
perspective, right? Let me see what I just said. Oh Lord, I just said I remember you saying some crazy things when you were younger. Yeah, I don't know, it's just how I
Man.
was. But yeah, I was just angry, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but we have two different last names, and a lot of my anger came from just not, and I'm gonna share more on that in a second. Just feeling honestly, which is crazy to me, and I see some of my behaviors now connected to what I'm about to share. Like feeling, even though you said you didn't feel seen and heard, I felt like I wasn't like people just were focused on the negative attributes I had, but like nobody. I don't know. When I was a kid, it was just like shut up, getting beat because I said something crazy or did something crazy. But I guess as a kid, you just want to be seen, and so maybe I was doing that to be seen. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't really analyzed that much, but I felt like I wasn't understood for truly who I was. And we had a situation in our family where one person was said to be our father, and then we found out that through a couple different sources, literally everybody knew this man was our daddy except for us. We found out who our dad was when we were like 25. We went through a DNA test and everything. That, for some reason, and goes back to what I shared earlier, that things can affect twins in two total different ways. Two people in the same house in two different ways. My sister, for her, she says that she wasn't really affected by not having a relationship with our dad. That's what she say.
It was because I learned that I am an out of sight, out of mind person.
Okay.
And then remember when he was here, I told him I didn't realize that I needed this until I actually had it.
Until you had it. Yeah. For me, it was always lacking. Now, I did not have verbiage or an understanding of this until I was older, but when I was acting out, I didn't know why. It was because my mom worked a lot. I love quality time. I love words of affirmation. I would never know what any of that was if I didn't have the knowledge that I have now, read books and stuff like that. But now I can say, oh, I wanted quality time. I wanted affection. I wanted affirmation. Now I have an affirmation business. I mean, full circle or not. But yeah, those are the things that I needed as a kid. It's really important in how we're raising our children now. Shout out to my mom because she's an amazing parent. Definitely. With the resources that she has. She gave us our work ethic. These mouths, honey, we get them from her. The passion, telling it like it is and being authentic and genuine. We get those attributes from her. What I always like to say on my podcast and any event that I do involving like mothers and stuff like that is two things can be true at the same time. Two very real truths. We can honor our parents, respect our parents, but also tell our truth. It doesn't negate
their sacrifices and what they've done for us. Like seriously,
yeah, for sure,
a lot,
a whole lot.
A lot.
Yeah. So, but we can still tell our truths as children, with love. So, not saying anything to be disrespectful, but like, those things impacted me. But she was working hard, two girls trying to keep a roof over our head. You got to go to work to do those things. And when you're a single parent living in a whole another state, like you trying to figure it out and make it happen. Shout out to granddad. We grew up in the house with our granddad as well, making things happen. But he was in my life. My granddad was in our lives since
Mm.
we came here eight. So it's not like I
Yeah.
didn't have a father figure. We lived in a house with a man. But I wanted my daddy, and I did not know that. I felt like I was being lied to, and I had questions. Like my sister said, I was very inquisitive. So there were questions that I had, and there were truths that were told to me by other people that kind of confused me and always rang in the back of my head. So I had questions. I'm going to ask a question if I got a
And that's
question.
so nice.
So, just kind of briefing over that story just a little bit. Long story short, we found out that another guy was our dad. And I found out what hit me the most is that everybody knew except for us. Didn't like that. I am really big on truth, hence my podcast, hence my business, hence me sharing my story. And so I don't like to be lied to. I don't like to feel like I'm being lied to, whether the other party feels like they're not lying or not. So when I when we found out who our dad was, I gravitated toward him because I knew I always lacked that and wanted that. I felt like a piece of me was missing for a very long time. This man that we were told was our dad, we didn't look anything like him. When
Yeah.
people would say we look like him, I'm like, I don't look like that man. But now that I know my dad, we look just like our dad.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt complete. It was an opportunity for me to heal. I was on another healing journey prior to all of this stuff I'm talking to y'all about, but that really it was dope for me. But we have two different last names because I again am very big on my truth, and I was pregnant, thought I was gonna get married before I had my baby, but it happened the other way around. I'm still not married, but whatever. Um, I said if I ever got married, I would change that would be my new last name, but baby came first. I didn't want to carry a name of someone that we were not blood related to, the other dad, pass it on to my child. So I changed my last name to my family last name. I ain't gonna get into all of that because that's a whole other story, but that's why we have two different last names. So Paden is the name of the guy who we thought was our dad. Lindsey is my family name. So that goes to show you again, we're two very individualistic people. She didn't really find, it that serious to change her name legally. For me, it was important that I passed along a name that actually was blood related to me. So yeah, I got into a lot of trouble. I was expelled from multiple schools, went to multiple alternative schools, and a lot of people along the way tried to keep me out of trouble. I was arrested in one of the schools. My sister was so disappointed. She was happy I finally got reinstated back into our regular school. I ended up in jail first day back. It was a lot. It was a lot, a lot. And I'm kind of just skimming over some stuff because it's a lot. But ultimately, when I went to jail, I was like, oh no. It was a detention center because I was like 17.
Mm.
Was not for me. Was not for me. Was not for me. That's when I realized I'm not a bad girl. I'm not bad. I'm just misunderstood. I'm angry. People be trying to pick on me because I'm small and I'm expressive. And, some people had to get that work. And as a result of that, I got locked up. But, like, I can't sit in jail or the detention center and blame anybody else but myself. So I really had to take a hard look at myself and be like, yo, is this what you want for your life? And I realized, no. Like, I was in there with some girls that were real, like, they was with it. And I'm like, I'm not like y'all. No, no, no. So that started my journey. At the age of 17, a lot happened. I got kicked
Mhm.
out. I got arrested. I was about to graduate high school. Um, a lot of different transitions, and I had my first panic attack. It was drug induced. I'm gonna say it was drugs because it altered my state of mind. But I smoked some marijuana, child, and I guess because all the anxiety and
Yeah.
things I had going on, I kirked the hell out. I said, oh no, like it was very traumatic, y'all. I was with somebody I trusted. Mind you, this happened when I was kicked out of my mom's house. I was out of my mom's house for 3 months on the street, house hopping. And yeah, I think because of all the changes I had going on, the trauma, the being kicked out, the being angry, not getting on with my mom, missing my sister, not being at home. It's a recipe for disaster. So I just kind of kirked out, and the person I was with that night kicked me out of their house. The story went around that I was crazy, and it was just a lot. But literally, I bounced back from that experience because I was so young, and I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know that was like a mental health crisis or mental health thing. So I kept going throughout life, and then like around my 20s, early 20s, I had these episodes again, but they were not drug induced. They felt like what the first panic attacks felt like when they were drug induced. And I'm like, this is weird. So I started doing education. I started self educating. I started reading books. I started watching YouTube videos. I went natural, so everything was natural after that. It was like my food, it was my self care items, everything.
Mhm.
So when you get into that, when you go natural, a lot of people continue that journey of naturalism and like it's a total life change. So I shifted my life around like the age of 19. And um, I'm kind of jumping over. It's a lot, like from 17 to early 20s, which is a lot going on. I had a lot of different transitions, but ultimately, like I started learning about my brain, and because I was like, Lord, am I broken? Am I gonna be normal again? Like, why is my brain doing this? Why am I thinking these things? Why am I saying these things? All this crazy stuff. But now that I look back, I was young. I was doing a lot. I was working multiple jobs. I
Mhm.
was just a little firecracker. And literally, my brain was just
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed, and all the trauma caught up to me. And, I was going, and like, I was just so anxious. It was just a lot, y'all. So I had to start learning about my brain and what was going on because I legit thought I was crazy because that's what people was calling me. So now I know I'm not. Now I know that there are things that you can do to rewire your brain,
Mhm.
things that you can do to live a more well balanced life, eating better, herbalism, therapy, my Lord, therapy, journaling, meditation,
Mhm.
prayer, a spiritual life. Like, those are the things that help me. And also finding my voice. I had a loud mouth, but I was not using it for good. But now, like for me, changing the narrative, letting people know I'm not crazy. I was just going through some shit. I was a teenager, I was a young adult that was in on a lot of trauma and lies and betrayal and failed relationships, and navigating the world essentially by myself. Like,
Yeah.
I was 4 years away from my sister. My mom was working. My granddad was working. So I literally was by myself. I felt like doing a lot of things during that time. And that's scary, navigating this world by yourself. And then you having panic attacks and you sleeping from house to house and, getting to know yourself and buying cars by yourself and
Oh,
learning
so
bad
yeah.
lessons by yourself. It was a lot. That's a lot to put on somebody that age. So your trauma gonna catch up with you regardless when you least expect it. So that's what was
Mhm.
going on with me. And now I am not perfect, but I am more well educated. I know what's going on with my brain. I know when to fall back. I know when to speak up, and I'm evolving every single day.
Every single
And
day.
now I get to help people find their voice through this podcast. I get to help people affirm themselves positively through my affirmation apparel. I get to share the stories of people and let folks like y'all that want to listen be encouraged by it and inspired by it and just live a life of authenticity. And, got my sister with me, period.
And that's dope.
So, yeah, that's my story.
And just as she keeps sharing how she's proud of my journey and my evolution, I'm very proud of your evolution. Because like growing up in schools without my sister was hard
Hmm.
because she was a voice of reason when I was in school. Like if someone was wrong with me or somebody was coming at me, my sister was there. Her voice was there before I can say anything. She always took up for me. So it was hard navigating school, my school journey, my academic journey without her sometimes. And I think that was another reason why I did kind of like shut down and be to myself and seclude myself in school, just kind of stay out of the way because my sister wasn't there. So it was a learning. It was a lonely journey as well, but I found power in that. But during that time on that journey, a lot of people counted my sister out. Like they already dictated, like they knew what her future was going to look like.
Hmm.
I mean, with a lot of times teachers would really talk down to my sister and be like, she thinks it was going to be anything. Or they gave her that typical, you were going to be dead or in jail kind of, talk or whatever. And so to be in this space now in this present moment and just listen to everything that she's been through, and then where she is now, it's very humbling, but it's also like I have a lot of pride in that
Mm.
because at the end of the day, it just shows me just how strong she is and how much she found strength in her journey instead of letting it really traumatize her to the point where she come from a dark place where she couldn't come out of.
Hmm.
It's a lot of people that go through those things and they just choose that darkness to lead their life, but she chose light. And she found balance with that, and she found her strength and she found her voice in a better way.
Hmm.
And so for me, it's very humbling. And so I do be proud to wear my merch when I go
Hello.
out. I do be proud to, tell people about my sister. I'm a very humble person. I don't speak a lot about my life when I'm when I'm out and about, but when it comes to my sister, I'm always proud. Like I'm always be proud because she's been through a lot. We've been through a lot together, but a lot of people don't come back from lifestyles like that.
Mm-mm.
So
A lot of people. I was literally thinking the other day, like it's amazing that I'm not a drug addict.
no,
Real
seriously,
shit.
especially with the history of our family, like it's a lot. Like
We have a lot of drug abuse. We've had people die from AIDS in our family. Man, alcoholism, just all
alcoholism was very big in our family.
very big.
Very
We
big.
made a pact to ourselves. We go out and we have a good time now, but we made a pact that we would not go down that road with the alcoholism. Like, and drugs weren't even a question. Like, no, thank you. Um, yeah, yeah, it's amazing because with the history of folks that have complex trauma, which is repeated trauma, your your ending, your story is supposed to be drug addiction, jail, mental illness, and death.
Basically,
Excuse me.
it's all about choices, though. I mean, she said she learned from her choices when she was younger, and so now she's made more choices to be a better person, like a better version of herself. Everything is about choice. Like I said, she could have chose darkness. A lot of people find it easier, and it's easier to go that route because it's you already in that space, so it's easy to just keep going that way. But when you feel like you're worthy of something better, you're gonna treat yourself better, and you're gonna do better. Do good, be good.
Too good, be good. Hello, gotta go get y'all merch. This one on the website.
Do good, be good. She chose better, so seriously, so her shirts really do affirm people, and it affirms the journey. It affirms everything that you want to do. If you want different, you want better in your life, you have to do it. You have to make the choice. Nobody can make it for you. And so that she made the choice, and now we're here, and
Now
it's
we
pretty
here.
dope.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. This has been great, you guys. If you are just tuning in, my name is Soliel Lindsey. I'm the owner and founder of Soul Rise Essentials, where we create affirmation and mental wellness apparel for the entire family. Our merch empowers you to thrive on your best days and in between. I am joined here with
Oh, I'm her twin sister, Tajiel.
Tajiel, aka Miss Taj, aka TJ. Period. And we hanging out with y'all in the Soul Seat today. Soul Seat Conversations is our mental wellness podcast where we share stories, resilient stories via the brave voices of others. And today, the brave voices belong to us. We are using our voices. We are sharing with hopes of empowering you all, reminding you of your strength, reminding y'all to do good and be good. Child, that's a lot of sweat.
Why would you point that out?
I didn't see it until just now.
Why would you do that?
It's a lot. But we empower you to do good and be good, regardless of your circumstances, y'all. Things are going to happen. People gonna count you out. They gonna gossip. They gonna do whatever. The soul tribe, we not worried about that. We are worried about ourselves, but also not forgetting about community. A lot of people get wrapped up in their healing and wellness journeys and get real egotistical. Everything is
Yeah.
about me, me, me. You have to be careful with the self-love journey and make sure it doesn't turn into conceitedness and narcissism, to be quite honest with you. You have to remember community. So shout out to the Soul Tribe. Y'all are a part of the Soul Tribe. Thank y'all for being here. If you have any questions, definitely ask them. I think Tajay may have a couple questions for me about business. And then we're going to sign off in a little bit. A couple of my mom's friends are here with us. Miss Sheila said, I am so proud of you both. I've seen the transformation in your lives and truly a blessing. So, Lay God has brought you to this so you can help many people. Blessings, as my sister would say, in my indeed. Thank you, Miss Sheila, and thank you for all of your support. I just said thank y'all for sharing. Thank you, sis, and thank you for being here.
Thank y'all for being here.
Kristen said, yes, thank you,
yes,
boo.
Kristen.
We appreciate you. Angela said y'all balance each other out. I think
Definitely.
so too. What's up, Lizzie? That is, hey Tammy. That is the perfect way to describe us. Selena says, yes, thank you for sharing. This is awesome. Thank you. We're going to get her on the YouTube soon, y'all. Go follow Soul Rise on YouTube. This episode will be on YouTube as well. Any other questions, Taj? Do you guys have any questions?
Oh. For me. Oh, so I don't know. Did you share more about like what really like how did Soul Rise come to? How did it become your vision? Like where did it come from? Like, what was the foundation of it?
So Tammy said, my girls love y'all to the moon and back. We love you too, girl.
Love you, Tammy.
I just said I was not going to miss this. Thank you. We appreciate you. And she's coming on the Soul Seed too, y'all. Y'all stay told for that.
Is that thunder? I think that's thunder.
It is thunder. It's gonna look like it's winter to rain for a while. I know soon, because you know the old people say you supposed to lay down and be quiet when it's raining outside.
All the lights off.
Okay. As always, I thank and appreciate you. Thank you, Beth. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. My email is for Soul Seats to appear on the podcast is my story at soul, SOLRISE, essential soulrise essentials.com. Email me. We'll talk about your story.
I was pointing to it.
Right up, right up. We have some folks on TikTok hanging with us. I thought that was my mama, girl. Hey, girl, you was on there. What's going on?
Why is Carmen on
I
TikTok?
thought that was her. She been on TikTok. We love it though. She said, "I'm so
Why is my mama on TikTok?
grateful that y'all did this. Thank you.
I don't need to
It's
have
a
a TikTok.
blessing to have our mother's approval and her support. It's a blessing.
It really is a blessing, and I know
Thank
it's
you,
challenging too
Aja.
because she's definitely trying to overcome a lot. My mom's going through her journey too, and so I just appreciate her openness because it can be a little difficult
To hear
to hear some things,
certain things,
but she's been receptive, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm gonna give you your flowers, girl. Carmen, girl, you made you made a
all of this.
masterpiece, all of it. You need to be proud, girl. Do good, be good.
Do good, be good.
Period. As just said, oh, Lizzie said, always an inspiration. I appreciate you, beautiful. As just said, so I read that one. Taj, you as well. Please share more of yourself. Hello again. She's very, very spiritual, very encouraging. Like her friends love her to death. She gonna be there for them chicks and them guys. Like she gonna show up. Um, I'm proud of her because sometimes I do be like, girl, you need to say no. Because what? Boundaries. Okay. But she has been so good with that. But people love her. If you don't pay attention to me and get to know her, because I am out there in the forefront more. Like you, this is a gem right here. Tajiel like the song that you found on the CD that you skipped and then you went back and you like, this shit is fire. Like
you play.
That's her. When you should have just went to the song in the beginning. You missed out. I'm dope, but she's dope too.
Just try to be a light,
Yeah, it's giving over here. What y'all thought? Y'all thought I was only dope one? What y'all thought? Like
she play.
Dead serious.
Let's go back to your vision.
My vision. So I was having some health challenges, and honestly, now that I think about my health challenges, it's a result of the trauma I went through. We don't have any of the issues that I have physically. My physical health don't run in our family. I do a lot of research about trauma and how it affects the brain, the gut-brain connection, and a lot of it is trauma. My sister went through some challenges. I went through some challenges that really affected my health, and I had to sit down. The pandemic came and turned everybody world upside down. I had locks. My hair fell out. I didn't go bald by choice, y'all. My hair fell out as a result of a lot of things. Kristen said, yes, I love both of you. Keep being the light. You keep being the light too, girl. We love you. Thank you for the love, Kristen. That feels so good. Aja said she needs to please share more. That's right. Y'all go follow her. Love Lation. Lation is her middle name. My name's Shation.
Why are you putting my government out?
Because you put your government out.
They don't know that till you just said it.
It's on the flyer,
now
girl.
I'm change my name. Now I'm gonna change my name. Because why should do that?
Here go my mama. I couldn't hear y'all on the gram and couldn't find y'all on the
Not
book.
on the gram.
Not on the gram, but on the book, girl.
She needs to get off social media.
You need to take a nap because it's about to thunderstorm anyway.
It is.
Not the gram in the book.
Not the gram in the book.
Not the gram in the book.
Go to bed, Carmen.
Well, I'm glad you joined us on TikTok. But yeah, I had some changes. I had a lot of changes going on health wise, and I was going through family court and just so stressed out. I needed to make a decision, and my doctor helped me make that decision. So I set my black ASS down. What's that song? They be like, go lay down, baby. I laid down for 4 months and did not a damn thing. I raised my child through that pandemic. I was breastfeeding. Mm-hmm. Hair was falling out. My sister cut my hair off live on YouTube. Go check that out. Mm-hmm. It was a lot, y'all. But I be bouncing back. That resilience is a thing, child. So I asked God, what am I supposed to do after that 4 months? Because I said I'm gonna intentionally just rest until He said get up. Okay. Mm-hmm. I went lay down and I got up when He said get up, and I had two choices: go back into the real estate industry as a real estate agent so I can control my schedule more, or start a business, which is what I've always wanted to do. And I chose starting my own business. It created way more flexibility. Real estate agents do some hard work, make great money, but I intentionally want I want to spend time with my child. Long story short, I'm a single parent. I need to be there. We went through our mom working her tail off and not being present as much. And that is so many people's story.
Mm-hmm.
I did not want that to be my story. So shout out to my soul tribe because y'all make this thing possible. But long story short, that's what made me start my business. But I'm like, okay, now what? What kind of business? Sorry, y'all. This book, the book was acting up. Had to come to the ground to watch. Oh, okay. Sorry, it cut off, y'all. I gotta go soon because it's about to go dead. But what was I saying? I had to make a decision, and when I chose to start a business, I thought about my life journey and what type of business I wanted to start. I had this little ring that I bought from Walmart that said "Shine your light," and on the inside it said the world. It said "Shine on" or something like "Shine," some girl.
Mm-hmm.
On the inside it said the world needs your light, and that ring got me through a lot. And so I said, I love little t-shirts with sayings on them. I love hats with sayings on. Why don't I create that for other people? Why don't I make stuff that encourages other people like that ring did for me?
Mm-hmm.
So everything just was an alignment. It was just rolling, and my name means sun, and the
Yeah.
business SOL that means sun, and I'm shining my light. My name means sun. I think I said that already. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. I mean, my purpose work.
Purpose work.
Yeah,
Purpose
what
work.
I'm doing. What y'all doing?
So now that you entered into a whole new field, into a whole new environment, into a whole new space,
Uh huh.
like how are you like balancing all of that with, being an entrepreneur now, being a mom, you know, being a homeowner, all those things. Like how do you find balance with that?
My schedule, my calendar, you, my mama, my granddaddy, my friends, y'all keep me lifted and supported and on track. I'm gonna focus on the business and what I do best, but the background is all the little strings in the background, everybody playing their little instruments in the orchestra to help me out. And just staying focused and remembering my why. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
Okay, wow.
So, guys, I think that's it. This has been a beautiful episode 19 of Soul Seat Conversations. We will be back next month. I will be back. She ain't gonna be here, so y'all enjoy her while she was here, girl.
Ooh.
She might be back. I don't know. But yeah, we will be back next month. So stay tuned to see who's gonna be joining me in the Soul Seat today. It was my twin sister Taj. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you made it to the end, you're watching a replay, put it down below, #replay with some sunshine emojis. Shout out to TikTok. Thank y'all for joining us. Mom says she already in the bed. I'm weak. Thank y'all. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Shop soulriseessentials.com. Do good, be good. The green t-shirt with the blue writing is on the website. Go cop it. We have 2 new t-shirts for children on our website right now as well. Go pre-order them. By this time they'll already be shipped out normally. So go check that out. And if you need a speaker, I'm available to be booked. If you need some merch, if you want to buy a gift for somebody for, just because, or a
Just
birthday, or
because Mother's Day
appreciation,
is coming
Mother's
up.
Day. Go ahead and promote the Soul Tribe, girl.
Mother's Day is coming, I said.
Use her code.
Oh yeah, use my code. I got a code now that she claimed she thought she gave me, but I got it now.
What's the code, girl?
What is the code? Oh wait, what is
Jesus.
it? Taj 10.
Taj 10.
Taj
TAJ
10.
10. Y'all go shop and save some coins. Thank you all. Selena said, please come back. As you said, this was so beautiful. Miss Sheila said she might fool you and show up next month. She just might. Thank you, ladies. Love you. Thank y'all so much. We are signing off. See y'all
Thank y'all
next
so
month.
much. Bless.
Thanks for coming, Taj. Love
I love
you.
you too.
Peace.
Peace.